Hey Magic fans, I'm Joe. Thanks very much for joining me today. With it being the holiday season, I'm sure many of you have been asked by family and friends what you might like to receive as a gift. And so I thought I would touch base with you guys with this in this short little video to let you know about two card storage options that I think stand head and shoulders above most of the other options available on the market. So first up, I want to talk a little bit about these handcrafted hardwood deck boxes made by Crossbow Woodshop out in Reno, Nevada. You can find his shop on Etsy. If you go there, I'll put a link in the description down below, but the shop is spelled XBEAU, Woodshop over on Etsy, so you can type that into the search bar at Etsy or just check out the link below. At his shop, you'll find tons and tons of different styles of deck boxes made in different hardwoods, all with extreme care and attention to detail. You'll find boxes such as these with integrated dice trays. And if you're looking for a more compact footprint, you can get a smaller deck box without a dice tray. He's got bigger ones for storing collections or commander decks. These two beauties here store my beloved mono blue modern Merfolk deck. You can see I have these blue dice to sort of stay on theme. The dice trays nestle right in and sit on these little shelves that are carved into the sidewalls. The main deck is separated from the sideboard by a cedar insert that he includes free of charge when you buy any of his deck boxes. Cedar is cool for a couple of reasons. It's an aromatic wood, so when you open the deck box, you always get this beautiful whiff of sort of wood fragrance. It's just kind of delightful. And more functional, it actually kind of serves to naturally regulate humidity levels. So your cards in the deck box are never going to get too moist or too dry. The cedar kind of manages that a little bit. So again, this is my my Merfolk deck over here. On your left, I've got this really lovely walnut box housing my Legacy Elves deck. It's got this blonde streak on the corner. It's just a fantastic detail. Both of these boxes feature solid brass hardware. And you can see down below here, he's got his insignia branded down there with a little crossbow logo. Again, in here, you can see the dice tray. I've got green dice to go along with my Elves deck. Again, a separator there between the main and the sideboard. Recently, I started constructing a couple new decks. As many of you know, I've been playing Modern Soul Herder. It's a really fun deck that has a lot of stuff going on. So I thought a deck box with a more active wood would be fitting for the personality of that deck that is so busy and has so many things going on. This wood species is called lacewood. The grain is just spectacular. It's so active and wild and unique. Pardon me. The hardware on this one is this lovely silver color. It's got silver hinges to match. Again, you've got Beau's insignia down there. The dice tray that he included with this one, the tone is almost spot on matching the lacewood, but I believe it's made out of a slightly denser wood called Bobinga, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll try to get it sort of zoomed in for you guys here. Hopefully you guys can see, the attention to detail he puts in to all the joints. Everything is glued up perfectly and cleanly. And while mentioning how clean everything is, I should touch on just the prices that he charges. A lot of these deck boxes are available for under $100. And for each of these, you're looking at, at least a few hours of hand labor. Beau is a young guy. I've ordered a bunch of deck boxes from him. Each one is made better than the last one. So he's always getting better. You can expect extremely fine craftsmanship from him. For the fourth deck that I've been recently putting together, I got this really nice, much lighter, yellowish maple box. You can see this extraordinary wavy grain that maple's known for here. And on the top, you actually have some bird's eye figuring going on. This box also has silver hardware. It's got these silver hinges in the back, Beau's logo down there. And this one has a stunning matching maple dice tray. And then, of course, the cedar insert there to separate the main deck and the sideboard. So if you guys are like me, you consider your Magic decks kind of extensions of yourselves. They're really important to me, these decks that I play. You spend a lot of time building them, a lot of time thinking about them, a lot of time playing them. And the boxes that you put them in should reflect, I think, their importance in your life. They're not just silly kids cards, right? They're things that we put a lot of our thought and effort into, a lot of money into. And I'm just really proud to look at these beautiful boxes whenever I want to go play Magic. So head over to Crossbow Gaming. Check out the link in the description. You'll find him on Etsy. And pick yourself up, or for a gift, pick yourself up some of these extraordinary deck boxes. Next up, I wanted to show you guys how I store the cards that I'm not playing in the decks that are in these boxes. For Merfolk, I've got this nice light blue binder. These are made by a company called DEX, D-E-X. The cover material it feels like this indestructible kind of faux leather. It's definitely some kind of plastic. It's got this elastic strap that is just bomb-proof. It's insanely sturdy. Open that guy up. You can see the interior lining is made of a stunning sort of red velvet. The branding is embossed with gold. Everything is just top shelf from DEX. And I use these binders to store anything I might play in each of the particular decks. So as I mentioned, this one's for Merfolk. It's got some custom altars I had made for basic islands. Here's some border extensions. And then you've got your 1-drops and 2-drops and basically anything you might play in modern Merfolk. I have a couple cool cards here. I think Antiquities, Hercules Recall, alternate art, Japanese anime, Ashioks, and then it goes on and on and on. I've got some surgical extractions, etc. So this is the binder I keep for my modern Merfolk. And then I've got a binder for Legacy Elves. I just recently picked one up for Mono Blue and Pioneer. And here is the modern Soul Herder, I guess it's the Toolbox binder. And you can see it's already getting pretty fat because there's so many creatures you can play in a Flicker deck. So got to have pretty much every option available at a moment's notice. So for the Mono Blue Pioneer, I haven't actually started filling it in yet. And you can see just how these come from the manufacturer, fresh. They're really sturdy. Nothing feels like it could possibly break. And I should talk about the form factor. The fact that these guys fit 4 cards to a page makes for a much smaller footprint for the binder than like a 3x3 binder. And if some of you guys are like me, you might live in a small apartment in a city, and you don't want binders and boxes full of cards taking up tons and tons of space in your apartment. So these guys, they're pretty compact. They store all the cards that I need for all the decks that I play. So I'll put a link to these lovely little binders in the description. I'll put a link to Beau's Woodshop on Etsy. And that's about it for this video. If you guys want to leave any comments down below, I always appreciate that. I want to wish all of you a happy holiday. I hope you're all healthy and safe and happy. And I'll join you soon again in the next video. I'll see you there. Bye.